I'm not even going to lie to you guys, episode 5 of 4 minutes the series made me incredibly sad. I was looking to be entertained, maybe a few hot scenes, maybe some more mystery, maybe some answers, but the way the whole story unraveled in episode 5 made my heart hurt for almost every character in the series, except for maybe a few. So at the beginning we see that, as predicted by a lot of us, Tonkla is after title since he killed his brother Dome. The way I guessed it was Tonkla was because firstly we could see half of his face, and secondly he's the only character in the whole show who smokes those long and thin sticks of cigarettes. That's his signature style. Not time and great full-on glamping in the middle of adversity. I'm going to be very honest, this is one aspect of the whole show that looks a bit artificial. Cause why would these two people be living in a luxury glamping pod and having a full-on picnic when they're supposed to be enemies, and also when Great betrayed his whole family by siding with Time? But here they are leisurely chilling on the hammock and having a picnic. The setting doesn't look authentic, I'm sorry. I'm deducting some points here. We finally get to see why Time wants to take revenge on Great's parents. What happened with his family was truly heartbreaking, but honestly Nan's story broke my heart more. Maybe because as a woman I could relate to her more, and her acting honestly gave me goosebumps. It was really good. Whatever happens in this show, I really want this vile and awful manager Saman to get destroyed completely. I think through this interaction between Time and Nan, we saw although Time comes across as someone who is a tad intimidating, calculative and reserved, he actually has an empathetic side. His true nature is of someone who is kind and caring, but maybe due to him having to grow up quickly because of his parents' death and facing such harsh realities early on, he has developed a cold exterior that is very hard to penetrate. Time's actions, especially in helping Nan, reveal glimpses of his true nature, suggesting that his motivations aren't purely self-serving or solely driven by their shared enemy, the gambling company. Instead, they hint at a genuine concern for others and a willingness to connect, even if he's reluctant to let his guard down easily. In this show, Great represents the quintessential privileged character, coasting through life without facing the consequences of his father's actions or bearing any real responsibilities. His luxurious, carefree lifestyle allows him to act spoiled and uninvolved, largely because his older brother Con has been the one shouldering all the burdens and navigating the family's complications. Great's sudden involvement in the chaos feels frankly almost obnoxious. It's as though he's barging into this mess that he has always sidestepped thanks to his older brother's sacrifices. His privileged carefree lifestyle has allowed him to remain detached from the consequences of his father's actions, and now his interference seems more like a reckless intrusion rather than a genuine attempt to help, at least according to me. Look at Con here. Even though he knows that Great has created a huge problem for him by releasing Nan, he still wants to protect him and orders his disgusting manager not to tell his dad about this. But this piece of crap, Saman, still goes ahead and snitches to his father. To be honest, I know people will not like hearing this, but if I was Con and Great was my father's mistress's son, I wouldn't be as affectionate with him and protective over him as Con is. First of all, in what circumstances did Con's mother pass away? Was Great's mother somehow involved in making her disappear? But no matter what, Con is better than me to not only bear the responsibilities of this shady business, but also protect this spoiled and privileged half-brother who not only betrayed him but also has the audacity to talk back and fight with him when confronted. I think this is such a catch-22 situation for the audience. On one hand, we want justice for Nan, her friend and Time's parents, but on the other hand, we don't want Con and Great's lives to be ruined because of their parents' actions. Now Great's father visits Time and his grandma and offers them money in return for their silence. To be honest, I would do the same thing that Time did here and hide, because no matter what, I wouldn't risk the safety of my family member for the sake of revenge. People who are gone, no amount of revenge will make them come back. But if Grandma got hurt because of this fight, then I don't think Time would ever be able to forgive himself. But my qualm with Time is, why won't you inform Great that you have left to go into hiding? You were pretending to care so much about him at the glamping picnic and in the car, but the moment you came back, you don't care to contact him at all. What is this relationship? Did the relationship even progress after the car scene? Why would you leave Great so suddenly like this without even telling him about your whereabouts? This doesn't make sense to me at all. Time makes the decision to retreat back for now, but Nan still goes ahead and posts all the documents on social media. Now the shocking and saddening moment is that the suicidal lady's son also passed away because of Great and Con's father. And her intent is to take revenge, which I completely agree with. Now the most heartbreaking scene of the episode is here. Someone on my Instagram wrote in the comments that villains are not born, they are made, and this is definitely Con's villain origin story. He's been the one carrying the family's burdens, making every possible sacrifice, yet his efforts go unnoticed and unappreciated by his father. Instead, he's unfairly blamed for a mess that's largely Great's doing, a mess that could have been contained if Nan were still in custody and Time was kept in check. The injustice of it all comes to a head when Con's father, fully manipulated by his mistress, not only disregards Con's loyalty and sacrifices, but also subjects him to harsh, undeserved criticism, even going so far as to physically assault him. Con's unfair punishment and his father's blindness to the real issues makes this moment deeply infuriating, highlighting the tragic imbalance in their family dynamics. It's hard not to feel a growing resentment towards Great, who naively follows Time's plans without understanding the fallout. Con is left bearing the brunt of everyone's actions, forced to navigate the wreckage his brother's recklessness has caused. The weight of it all is compounded by the impossible choices Con faces, including sacrificing his relationship with Tonkla to marry Fasai for the family's sake. This sacrifice not only tears him away from the person who truly understands and supports him, but also ensures that the misunderstanding between Tonkla and Con will remain unresolved, forever keeping them apart. I think this is the first show where I want the antagonist to win. I want Con to be with Tonkla wholeheartedly. Everybody else can go to hell for all I care. Ultimately, we see that Great and his mother get shot, rightly so. And we realize that Great imagined fixing all of these events in just 4 minutes. So did he also imagine Con and Tonkla together? Did he also imagine Tonkla and Win together? I mean, Great's imagination is running wild even in those 4 minutes. Great is truly very, very HORNY to be thinking all that about his future brother-in-law. Anyway, the show is slowly starting to unravel. Let's hope Great wakes up in the next episode and Con comes in to give him 2 tight slaps. Bye guys.